I want to talk about this show. The show is called Lost. It is a four-letter word, not love, not other words, but L-O-S-T. The letter L is in the alphabet, the numeral, if you were to add it up from A to L, it would be 12. O is going to give you 15, S will give you 19, and T is going to give you 20. If you add that up, that will give you a total of 66. Like to show numbers with the 3 as the E, they did that for a reason, because 3, if it was E, it would be of 5 instead of 3. And if you add those numbers, I'm not going to do it right now. That's your homework assignment. You go ahead, soldiers, and you add that up for numbers. That's a whole nother subject. But as the one that I want to discuss is a show called Lost. Again, this premiered September the 22nd, 2004. And those numbers add up to 66. You might be asking, well, why is that important to me? And why should I care? Well, the number 66 means, first off, is organized government. And what I think is very important and leads up to what we were feeling today of those that are in keen with what we call discernment of knowing something of your surroundings. Some people might say it's using the sixth sense. That's a whole nother subject too, about the other 5 senses I'd like to get into as well. But 66 also means putting a spell on you. See, you got to understand about the movie industry and Hollywood. See, Hollywood is very significant that they use that word, Hollywood, because, you see, Hollywood is the magic wands. It's the wood to make the magic wands that the witches used. It was from a holly bush. It was the Hollywood. Now you know why they call it Hollywood. And if you even study the history of Hollywood, or where it began in the very beginning, it was a bunch of criminals that created Hollywood. And it is a program to program you into thinking a certain way. Yeah, I know. Many of y'all say, well, hey, I get to choose what I want to watch. that doesn't force me to do anything. Oh, that's what you think. Have you ever heard of subliminal messages? Oh, I could prove to you in a heartbeat how subliminal that is. And you probably say, oh, they don't do that stuff. That's a bunch of phony blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go to Google and Google search the KFC commercial, and you'll see a video pop up, and you can even find screenshots that will show that when they did their Snackers commercial for the KFC when it started, if you zoomed in on the Snackers of the lettuce was of dollar bills. Oh, the lettuce was all made out of money. Made out of money to get you to think that, I gotta have that to use your money to go buy. In fact, years ago, I went to digital media, and they taught us about colors and to advertise. And when you do colors and advertise, you will find that the color red will bring out an emotion in you of rage, bring you of anger, just stir up something in you. You know, I mean, we do use the color of red. That's where they get with Mars, that it was the color of red, of war. So it enrages you. It gets you mad. Well, to add on to that, with even the color red, I noticed 2 years ago, before Obama was elected president, Newsweek, I think it was in her August or September newspaper, and it wasn't only them, it was other newspapers that listed, but their whole magazine for that month, or that week, however Newsweek does that, I guess it's Newsweek, duh. Anyway, soldiers, Newsweek had the whole magazine as in red, and it had only the head of George Bush. And it was using sarcasm and said, what is the good of what George Bush did? You may say, well, okay, what does that have to do with anything? Well, and the very other magazines that were there showed about the candidate of Obama. And Obama, all of his were of a cool blue. Because, see, the color of blue is to calm you, to make you feel at peace, to calm you down. So the subliminal message that they were putting in there is, look at all the years you've had with George Bush and how it enrages you and makes you fear like things are just what in order. Things were intense. And when it was saying, look at what all the good George Bush was doing, it only showed the head of George Bush, as if you need to behead this guy, the guy that shows of blood, to enrage you, to that you would see a color of blue in Obama, to say, oh yeah, here's the man with a plan. We can choose and vote for Obama. Obama's the answer, and he is going to bring about change. Well, my friends, think about it now. Has Obama brought you change? Oh yeah, absolutely. He sure brought you change. But have you, just like George Bush, I want you to think about this, soldiers. Just think about the past 8 years with George Bush. Name one benefit, one, that you can remember of those 8 years of that presidency that benefits you, besides your so-called tax that you were to get back, and then of the Cobra subsidy that happened that he signed before he left office. For those that are over the age of 70 and a half that were required a required minimum distribution. Yeah, that's what I thought. Probably can't think of much. Now, I want you to think of Obama. He's been in office now for a year and 2 months. What has Obama done in the last year that has benefited you? And don't you even go and say the health care bill, because you don't even feel a result out of that yet. You don't. Oh, guys, in case you're wondering here, my rant, I travel a lot. I go on all over the place. I will go from one subject to the next and stuff, because there is so much to go out. And anyway, as I was saying, as we go back to the colors, was I was in the school, they taught you about the colors, like yellow at McDonald's made you feel hungry and to think of their French fries. So absolutely, subliminal message is very important. And it's very important for you to see numbers, because numbers give power. To these people, they use these numbers to send messages and to bring power and to certain geometry and stuff. So when you look at newspapers, you got to pay attention. You'll start noticing they use the same numbers over and over and over and over again. You'll start connecting the dots, and just like one of those pictures where you could connect the dots, you fill in the lines and you see the picture. You know what the final plan is. And guys, I got news for you. Even if any of you do not believe in Christianity or the book of Revelations or whatever it is, I'm going to tell you, the Illuminati absolutely believe. And many of y'all are Christians. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Just like I am ashamed and enraged of my own self. But you should be ashamed. Because there is a group out there that completely know who they serve and believe that they serve Satan, Lucifer, one that they think is the good God, and they serve him under fear. And you better believe they pray, they fast, and they put their potents. Most people lick and smicker and laugh and think about witchcraft. Ha ha ha. It's like ooga booga luga blah blah blah. No, buddy. It is chemicals. You can put chemicals in the air. You can put chemicals in the food you eat. And all things. You can do weather modifications. And you can spray your witchcraft onto other people. And you can put your curses on people. That is what they do. They believe it so strongly, and there are so many Christians that are out here saying, by all of these great televangelists that we have out there saying, oh, wow, I am blessed. I'm a blessed person. God has given me a lot of money. Ha ha ha. I have got everything I want. Ha ha. I am a good man. I tithe. I do this. I am so great at everything I do. I am so blessed. God has blessed me with a brand new Mercedes-Benz car. God has done so wonderful things for me, but that I'm good. And I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't have to look at what happened over in the tsunami in Indonesia. That had nothing to do with me because I was a bunch of Muslims. And I don't have to worry about Haiti because it's all about voodoo. And I don't have to worry about Hurricane Katrina, what happened down there, because, they were wicked people and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. I am going to put you in like cleaning clothes in an old washboard. I'm going to take you and scrub you up and down. If you believe that right now and you're entertained by listening to this show, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm trying to get ready to get you to take action. Take action and understand that there has been a spell put under. We need to wake up. This is the time to wake up and understand. It was very interesting that 11 years ago was the introduction of the Matrix with Keanu Reeves coming in. Whoa, I know Kung Fu. No, there was much more to that. And it is true. There is a Matrix. And it is time to unplug from this Matrix. To understand, because you see, the Illuminati are people that don't want you to have a creativity mind. That's what you got through slaving. I mean, it's the ultimate conspiracy. I mean, think about it. I mean, here we go and we go to work. Who started that? Who started to work for money? At the very beginning. I mean, look, there's third world countries and places over in so many other countries, and they're like, They live long lives. They don't have the diseases. They live a 100-year life, and they stick to their family. They live there, and they've been fine. They don't have the latest iPod. They don't have the iPhone. They don't have a Mac. They don't have the internet. They don't have all of that stuff. And you know what? They don't even care. They don't care to have that. They live just fine, and they're happy. And we, over here on the western side, say, well, they need democracy. We need to go in there and give them total freedom. You know what? They already have their freedom. And we're going over there thinking that we can go make things so much better for them. While we have a higher suicidal rate, and we look at them like we look at cavemen, like, boy, those are some real ignorant people. How do they survive? What do they go do? Did they go walking around with, like, are they like from that old cartoon of the Flintstones, like bam, 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 bam? Guys, man, if you got that brain set, man, I mean, come on, it's time to wake up. So, that's what we're here for, to wake you up. Now, I want to go back to Lost. Now, Lost, I believe, has a lot of big tie-in with Haiti. And I want you to know, I'm very, very passionate about Haiti. There is something so important about the incidents that happened in Haiti and my heart goes out to them so much.